Okay, yo, what up, though, man? Lil T Stuckey, man, what's good?
What's the deal?
You know what I'm saying? Son of a big legend, man, out here.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of weight on your shoulders, man. Do you feel pressure for being a legend, a son of a legend out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about it, man. So first, let's get into the music first, real quick, man. So you just dropped the EP. Talk about the EP, man. The joint EP you just dropped.
Yes, sir. Me and Chapo got an EP. Street Codes. That came about me, Leno, and a lot of my childhood production through AK. And I love the project because it's like a gap in between the music that I normally do and the music that I was trying to do.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it feel exactly like a gap in my music. So it's exactly what I needed, you know what I'm saying, to get to what I'm trying to do, you know what I mean? So Street Codes, I listen to it every day, you know what I mean? My grandma listened to it, like a lot of older people listen to it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my lady friends, they like to hear it, so.
When you talk about the Street Code project, what's your favorite song on there and why?
I like the Pray joint, that's the single we going with right now.
Okay. And
I like the Love You Better joint.
Okay.
So I love all of them, honestly. You know, we cut about 10, 11 joints, but, you know, we cut it down, and I love all of these ones, you know what I'm saying?
So why pray? Are you a praying man?
Well, I'm very spiritual, so
okay.
I am a praying man, you know, very, 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 very into spirituality. But pray, to me, this version is it got a lot going on in the song. Like if you listen to it, it's a few little messages in there, you know what I'm saying? There's some jewels in there if you're listening to music for that, you know what I'm saying?
So you said this kind of took you a break away from your type of music. Like if you could define the type of artist people would normally see, what would it be? Like what makes you unique? What makes you stand out?
From my normal music, the music that I'm doing.
Like typically your lane, what you saying that you taking a break, kind of like from what you normally do with, I guess, with this EP. Like what's your style, I guess, of music? Like who is Lil T Stuckey when it comes to music? Man,
it's more like ratchet music almost, you know what I'm saying? It's like street shit. I always wanted to do the R&B type shit, you know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I just never could get in that lane by myself. So soon as we got in the studio, he was coming with some, you know, no. I'm like, yeah, that's the shit I want to hear, you feel me, already, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And Dog coming in the studio with these vibes already, you know what I'm saying? So I would just, you know, I caught on, you feel me? We just get the shit done fast, you know? So that's what that was to me.
I got you. So you kind of, you know what I'm saying, musically, you've been doing this for a while. So you've been kind of moving around. So like what you had opened up for Soulja Boy for a minute, like all of that, man, like at what point did you actually get introduced into the hip hop game yourself? When did you start falling in love with music?
Well, as a kid though, you know, me seeing like Blade Icewood in the studio for the first time, like me seeing Proof, me seeing my daddy around all of these people that's looking like superstars already. Like Detroit culture, like nigga, we are that already, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Atlanta and all of these motherfuckers is like the superstars in their city. We had that here, like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was somebody back then, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was just street stuff, you know, you was somebody. So I was around all of these guys that just made me want to be a rapper. Like, it was cool to be a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, some people didn't think being a rapper was cool coming up. To me, it was like, nigga, that's the thing to do. You better go, you know what I'm saying? It's either you gonna rap or you're gonna get a bag, like, you know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. So I was like, man, I wanna go ahead and rap, you know what I'm saying? So I've been rapping since a little kid, you know what I mean?
Got you. So like, before we go on the journey to the music, let's kind of talk about your pop. So, you know what I'm saying, T Stuckey, you know what I'm saying, OG in the game, definitely a pioneer, definitely known in the streets. His story is crazy. Like, at what point, because I know a lot of times, on the outside looking in, everybody look at your pops as a celebrity and looked at as a, you know what I'm saying, just a boss. At what time did you realize your pops was who he was to everybody else?
Oh, that's a beautiful question, man, because that is a time period and when I changed, like I grew, you know what I mean? Like when I learned that, you know what I mean? Like, and that's to me like coming out of like 11th grade, like 12th grade, going into college type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because my mama, she wanted to keep me away from that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like I always knew my daddy was somebody because my family would always talk to me like, this is something special. Like, you know what I'm saying? And outside of my family, like when I go in the neighborhood, it was like I was there. Like it's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, why the fuck does people react to me like this with him? I ain't did shit, you know what I'm saying, at that time. So I'm like, I didn't know why I was getting that reaction. So as I got older and I'm hearing more stories, and then I was able to actually build a relationship, like just me and my old dude one-on-one, you know what I mean? I was able to, build my own intellect when it come to seeing how his impact and imprint on the city was just so like impressive, so.
Once you found out his reputation and who he was, did you ever have that conversation with him?
Well, yeah, I did, and he like, man, that shit is nothing. Like that's not like, he look at it in a different way, he looking at it from a different perspective than a lot of people might look at stuff, but he put a lot of work in out here, and he definitely want, his respect and his love, what I'm saying? He want all that. You don't want to be forgotten for sure. But I don't think he really interested in all of the, maybe the hype that be surrounded by, we still trying to get him home on appeal, we still trying to make stuff shake, so we watch exactly what we want to put out as far as content on his name, our name, but like it's still Free T Stuckey, you know what I'm saying? And
no, absolutely. So like your pops being, because I know he did a couple of stints, and then he hit with a life bid now that he's appealing, correct?
Say that one more time.
I know your pops did a couple of different stints going to jail and getting out, beating a couple of cases, and then his last one, they hit him with life, but he in the process of appealing to get that overturned, right? How much time of your dad being out in the free that you really got a chance to spend time with him in your lifetime?
Well, we always had a verbal communication, but about 4 years ago, I had went through some trouble. I got into some trouble, and I went to California.
Okay.
That's a hell of a punishment. But I went to California, and I stayed out there for like 2 years.
Okay.
And my daddy locked up in California, so I would just go down there and see him every weekend, and like we was able to build a relationship. And from there is when I was like, all right, let me get back on track with this music, because music was a childhood dream.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely got threw off course with, being young and being involved in the streets and trying to make a name for myself.
Gotcha.
So I definitely got lost in the sauce for a minute, and I definitely feel like this EP Street Codes is bringing me back to what I need to be doing musically, because like I said, before this I hadn't dropped a project in years. You know what I'm saying?
So like let's go to the music phase. So your dad big into the music game. It was Motor City Records. It was him, AK. Who else kind of helped start that whole process?
Square Biz. Can't nobody forget Square Biz, because he in the trenches.
Okay, so they get this record off the ground. They working with a lot of E-Dub. You know what I'm saying? Your pops managing him, like a lot of proof. You know what I'm saying? Part of this whole thing, like you got a lot of what I like to call gatekeepers and pioneers that's around you and things of that nature. And then your pops ended up going to jail, and kind of AK took you under the wing young doing the music thing. You was almost like a Detroit version of Bow Wow a little bit. Or is that a bad thing? No disrespect.
No.
But
Shout out to Bow Wow. I fuck with Bow Wow.
But what was that like, okay, being, like you said, being in the studio with Blade, you know what I'm saying? Being in the studio with these people at such a young age, like, man, what was that like, and at what point did you feel like you were good at music?
And that's a great question. It was, again, man, like, because when it come to music, like, for so long, I was unsatisfied. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, this ain't it. I thought, and AK, like, he big on that. He like, man, Stuck, don't send me 10 songs. I ain't trying to listen to 10 songs. Send me the one you want. Send me the one you like. And then and I'm big on that. And I take a lot of people's opinion seriously. I'm one of them people that send it around, like, man, you like this? No, and it can either, go for me or not. You know what I'm saying? I take people's opinion seriously. So for so long, it was before I just was like, man, nigga, I like this shit. This the shit. And can't nobody tell me this ain't hard. And really, like, getting to this point now with my next coming project as well as Street Codes, do I feel that way? You know what I mean? So I would say more recently than back then.
Okay, no problem. So then you got the chance to open up, like, at that time, Soulja Boy was that guy, man. Like, what was it like hitting that stage and performing on such a big stage so young? Was you nervous? Like, what was your...
I met Soulja Boy when I was out in California. to me, it was a big ass thing because like we was setting it up to be that. You know what I mean? Like everybody was taking it serious. It was on the radio. We did a contest with the little shorties in the limo. We go pick them up from the crib, bring them down there. I'm like 14, pulling up in the Range Rover, jumping off stage with my nigga Sauce. Shout out to MCF Sauce.
Okay.
Free my nigga Sauce. We shut the motherfucking stage down. It was more like we wasn't opening up. It was like that was the motherfucking performance. Like that was the one motherfuckers didn't want to miss. You know what I mean? And then Soulja Boy came on and rocked it with his hits. You know what I mean? And after that, I feel like I should have did a better job creating relationships with people that I have worked with. You know what I'm saying? Which we didn't really like master that back then. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we should have. Cause right after that we got in touch with VIC. You know, he wanted to jump on some joints of mine. He was scorching hot at that time. You know what I'm saying? And after that we did some shows with like Ray Schumer, August Alsina.
Oh man, yeah, we was getting it.
Yeah, we've been opening it up for people for years, you know what I'm saying? And shit, that's really like, I love to do shows, you know what I'm saying? I was just telling one of my peoples that they should see me perform because like, that's a different energy within itself. I love to perform. You know what I mean?
So then you say things kind of took the turn from the worst. You start going down the wrong road, starting to get in trouble. Like being on such a big limelight and such a big stage, what transitioned you to try to let it go into the street life?
Money. So I said, shit, I can either sit here and keep rapping about all the shit that I don't have, or I'm gonna go out here and at least try to attain the shit that I'm rapping about. And that was my mentality. So I'm like, shit, I wanna be the motherfucker who rapping about it because I got it, motherfucker rapping about it because I'm doing it. And I just ain't wanna be no cap in my rap. So a lot of the shit that you hear in my music is either I done seen it, done it, or I know somebody that done seen it and done it, and it's an experience of mine. So I had to go through those life, tribulations to actually be able to stand on the shit I be saying in my music.
How do you think the average fan care about cap in rap? So why do artists, especially young artists, put so much pressure of this real?
I just feel like you gotta stand on something, man. You know what I mean? Like you gotta mean something. Like when I'm watching interviews with people, I can watch it and I know what they're about already just by watching the interview. Like anybody watching my interview, I feel like if they're a real nigga, they should be able to tap in and be like, all right, I feel something, I see something, And because that's what I do when I watch interviews, when I see people, like I can feel it off the energy. So I want to relate to them people and I want to tap into them people. I want them people to be the ones that like, all right, turn Stuck on. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So them the people that I'm trying to gain as my fan base.
Got you. So even like, why try to impress real nigga? I guess what's your definition of a real nigga? And why is that so important?
Man, a real nigga motherfucker who take care of their family and the people that surround them. A motherfucker that want to see people win and do better. They don't mind reaching their hand out to pull the next motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? And that's big right there. Motherfuckers really don't like to help people. You know what I'm saying? A real nigga is just, they got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really waiting on what's finna be returned to them. They just know like, all right, I got to be the motherfucker for other people around me. I need people like that around me that's not scared to put people in position because they might be bigger or better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we all got to work together, and them the type of people that I consider real niggas.
Okay. So if I'm a real nigga, but I'm lying or capping all my raps, but I'm selling records, I'm making money, I'm taking care of my people, I'm putting my people on, regardless they do better than me, am I a real nigga or am I cap?
Well, you taking care of all your people and you handling all your responsibilities.
But I'm lying in all my music, nigga. I'm stepping on everybody. I'm shooting.
I mean, me personally, I'm not gonna listen to it, but I might consider you a real nigga, and I might even throw you on my track. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna be beneficial to the music, I might even throw you on my track.
Why wouldn't you listen to it?
Because it might not be music for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm considering myself a real nigga. I might not want to listen to that. I might consider that cap.
Okay. So, just like in a previous interview, you go to the movies. You know the actors in the movies are fake. That don't stop you from going to watch the actors.
Exactly.
Again, you see wrestling. Them niggas be beefing on wrestling. You know it's all fake. But people don't stop watching wrestling. Why do you stop listening to somebody's music just because you feel like they not real? As long as I switch the question. What's more important, it actually being real or it actually feeling real when it comes to music?
Well, to me, that's the same thing, being real and feeling real. Like, I want to feel real, I want to be real, I want real to be real. I want to separate that from being fake, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a thin line already. Motherfuckers don't know the difference between real and fake. So I want it to be a difference in what you asking me. But to say that, I just feel like you got fans that like wrestling, and then you got people that don't like it because it's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I didn't watch wrestling coming up because I'm like, man, that shit fake as shit. But my cousin right there next to me, he made sure that shit was coming on TV, and he made sure he had his time selected to watch wrestling.
Right.
And I respected it. Which is why I said I might even throw the shit on my album, because like it's gonna be beneficial to somebody. Somebody want to hear it. My little cousin wanted to see that wrestling.
Right.
He like, shit, hold on. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. It's fake, not fake. I want to watch it. So I'm like, man, you watch that shit. Turn boxing on, because that was more real to me.
But like with an artist, again, we're in entertainment. Some artists are actors.
Mm-hmm.
Some artists know how to manipulate you to think some shit is real, and it's all cat. I would say it got to be 95% of this shit got to be fake, and then that 5% that's real as hell, you're gonna die or you're gonna go to jail. It's like you can't live up to the standards of being real. Like, because like beef, I watch a lot of people crash out behind beef, bro. Like in Fort Worth. That's close to Dallas where I'm at. It's a big beef scene. Like everybody, all their music, we call it op rap. It's just rapping about your ops the whole time. It just shoot everybody up. You know what I'm saying? And one dude, I brought two dudes on my show. They end up squashing their beef on one of my interviews. But the beef started off from one nigga saying the other nigga ain't have a car.
Exactly,
and they about to blow each other's brains out over some stupid shit.
It's either some stupid shit or a female that beef stem from.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, damn, I had it in my head when you was talking, man. It's so crazy. I feel like you can't beef and you can't rap at the same time, man. You gotta choose one or the other. You feel me? You can't be in the streets and rap at the same time with one another. And that's why I'm grateful that I'm still here, being through all the shit that I've been through. That's just a part of my testimony and a part of my story. Like, I'm just grateful to still be here.
Gotcha.
Because now I can put all of that stupid shit behind me and I can still be able to speak on it.
So let's talk about it, if you don't mind. Like, what exactly happened that you got in trouble?
Just life experiences, life changes that made me open up my eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this real life out here, you know what I'm saying? And I needed to go through all that because, as a kid, I walked around with my eyes not fully open. You know what I'm saying? Real life came at me all at once and I had to, take it all in and learn how to maneuver through everything and figure out how I was going to stand when the dust cleared,
Got you. A lot of people respect you, put a lot of respect on you because of your dad. Had you ever came across some people that didn't like you because of your dad? Yeah. Or test you because you ain't your father's kid, but you ain't your father.
Oh, I hear that a lot. Yeah, definitely. Like, that's a different beast, man. Like, and a lot of people do the comparison thing. Like, we could do the comparison thing on personality. We could do the comparison thing on a lot of stuff. Maybe even looks and all of that stuff. Yeah. But like, that man is himself. He don't put in his work to be that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm still up and coming, and I want to make something. Through music. I want to be somebody through music. He is somebody in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his dream was to take it from that and to build it into music.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it was on pause. It's not over. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to get him up out of there. But I got a job to do. And that's how I feel right now. I don't got time to play around and to still try to rekindle what I did back in, it's that stuff over. Like, we got to get this bag, we got to get this music stuff going, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm on right now. That's why I'm sitting here with you.
No, for sure. Like, have you ever met Lil Meech?
Yeah. Yep, shout out Lil Meech. Free Big Meech, man. Southwest T, all the boys, man. You know that.
Yeah, man. Like, have y'all ever had that conversation? Because obviously y'all both in the same predicament. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both got the Lil and then your pop's name. And everybody always comparing. People respect you because of your pops, but then you got people who hate on you like, oh, you ain't putting no work in. Your dad do all of that. Like, what was that conversation like with him? Or have you ever really talked about it?
Oh, we didn't necessarily have that conversation, man. The times that we chilled around each other was more like party scenes.
Got you.
Just happy to be around each other, man, soaking up game from maybe other people, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, we were just linked together the times that we was linked together. So it wasn't really like we got a time to really sit down, smoke a blunt, and like, man, let's kick it on our part. We haven't had that conversation. Me and Southwest T, son, Lil T.
Okay.
We done spent some time out in California, and we had them conversations, and we had that talk. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a lot of similarities there with me and him as well. You know what I'm saying? We got the same name actually, Terry. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the same story as well. So I just feel like we got a job to do, and people want to see us succeed. You know what I'm saying? But we can't bullshit it. So I was out in California with my nigga King Los. You know what I'm saying?
I
He
know.
was
Shout out
my
to King
nigga
Los.
King Los. Respect to King Los, nigga. Shout out my nigga King Los. And he had said to me one time, we was out on the balcony smoking a joint, and he like, T, you can come through this bitch with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, bro. It's still not gonna be enough. You're gonna have to do it extremely large, extremely big. You cannot pussyfoot it because the path has already been laid out.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna be surprised. Nobody's gonna be shocked. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, he did this, he did. Bro, you gotta come like big every time. Or nigga gonna like, all right, they're gonna look the other way. You gotta come hard. And ever since he told me that, you know, that been on my personality, that been in my mind. Like, man, come on, I gotta boss this shit. I can't come through like bullshit because people gonna be looking like, man, like you ain't coming hard. I gotta come heavy with everything. So I feel like T feel that same way.
So since we coming on the coming hard, then your dad had that drip. You know what I'm saying? He was always fly. So who got more drip when it come to how your dad was dressed in his time with his drip, you and your drip in this time?
Man, them niggas was gangster dripping though. Like they throw a mink on and some fucking orange gators in a suit. Like I ain't coming like that, but them niggas is back then that was hard.
So you ain't stepping out with the orange gators?
I ain't stepping in the orange gators, but back then that was fly.
Oh, that's definitely Detroit staple. So do you feel like you still ain't answered the question?
Yeah. Back then they came harder than we did.
They come harder. So your dad beat you on the drip is what you saying.
Yeah, for
what
sure.
do you feel like you got up over your dad that you like, you know what, Dad, I one-upped you on this one?
He'll say I look better than him, I can rap better than him, but he ain't going for shit else. Nah.
Is there anything that, like, what's the plan and what are you trying to accomplish? Like 2021 is here.
I got Turn My Shit On coming, man. TMSO, that's my my album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got a little bit of everybody on there in the city. Chopper on that motherfucker.
Okay. Who else?
I got Vezo, I got Lil Blade, and I got Esco PA, that's my little brother.
Okay.
Rich Boy Toriano, Rich Rye, them my squad, that's MCR, that's the Sly House. So I just got the gang on that motherfucker, man. TMSO. I'm putting everything behind that, you know what I mean?